Ever get the feeling something is just so solid, like completely
Oh,
unshakable?
yeah, like what?
Like a mountain right now,
Oh.
just sits there, massive and unchanging. That's the kind of feeling we're going to tackle today.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. We're talking about the word absolute, right?
Bingo. We'll dig into its meaning, how
Mhm.
people use it, and even how it's viewed throughout history.
Now, that sounds like a plan. I think what makes absolute so powerful is that sense of certainty it brings, kind of like that mountain.
Yeah,
Just total, no doubts, no exceptions.
exactly. So, okay, how about we get down to earth a bit and look at some real world examples?
Sure.
I was looking through our research, and one that jumped out was the law is considered an absolute rule that cannot be ignored. Pretty straightforward, right?
Definitely. It really emphasizes the unyielding nature of the law.
Then there's she has absolute trust in her best friend. Again, highlights that complete total aspect of absolute.
Absolutely. Like no matter what, that trust is unshakable.
And here's one that really struck me. The conditions in the desert are an absolute test of endurance. It just like throws you right into that harsh environment.
Right. And it's not just ideas or feelings. Absolute can apply to physical challenges too.
Totally. And speaking of different ways to use it, I notice absolute can take on a few different forms.
Oh, yeah, good point. So you got the noun absoluteness, which is like the state of being absolute. Then there's the adjective absolute, which we've been talking about. And of course, absolutely, the adverb.
And I feel like each one kind of adds a new nuance to the meaning.
Exactly. They each give us a different way to express that sense of completeness.
Okay, now here's where things get interesting. We often hear absolute in phrases like absolute power, absolute truth, absolute certainty. Makes you wonder if those things actually exist in such a pure form, right?
Right. Those are what we call fixed collocations. They're like set phrases, but they do bring up some big philosophical questions, like absolute truth has kept philosophers busy for ages.
Yeah, like can any truth be truly absolute regardless of perspective? That's a tough one. We've gone from mountains to deep philosophical debates in no time. Before we dive too deep into that, I'm kind of curious, where does this word even come from?
Well, it comes from the Latin word absolutus, originally meant completed or unrestricted. Pretty interesting how it went from finished to this idea of unwavering certainty.
That is fascinating. Speaking of grand ideas, one of our sources used a really powerful image to illustrate absolute. They described a majestic mountain, vast and unchanging, with clear skies above, no sign of human interference anywhere.
That is a great visual. It really captures that sense of something beyond our reach, something timeless.
It does, right? Just like that mountain, absolute represents something powerful and enduring. So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the word absolute. We've looked at what it means, the different forms it takes, its historical background, and even touched on some philosophical questions it raises.
And as you go about your day, think about this. We often associate absolute with good things, like complete trust or total certainty. But could there be a flip side? Can something being absolute actually be limiting or even dangerous? Something to ponder.